Hi guys, it's Kako from Kakomoto, and welcome to my review of the BMW G310R. My last video was a little bit of a first look, and had a few days with the bike, 3 or 4 days. Took it around Metro Manila a little bit, and have some things I like and some things I don't like about the bike. Now, let's start with the things I like. First of all, it's very nimble bike. It's easy to use, easy to ride. It feels sporty. It feels like a miniature sport bike. It's very sporty, it's very nimble. I like the way it handles, the way it goes into corners. It's very thin. The engine, although it's a 310cc unit, actually is pretty good. Not in terms of raw power, but in terms of like revability. I mean, it redlines here at 10,000 RPM, and it does sound pretty nice when you're revving it up to the high heavens. Now, the only problem is it is a bit underpowered. Now, I think that's no fault of BMW. I think it's just the size. The 310cc engine is just literally not enough to carry my weight. And what's more now is that you can see I'm riding 2 up. We're combined 300 pounds on this bike, and this bike weighs only 300 pounds. So we weigh 300, the bike weighs 300. We're about as heavy as the bike. So yeah, the engine, it will have a hard time revving. It will have a hard time bringing us, but generally bring it up to speed and she's fine. She is very nimble, darts very well. Now, the other thing I like about the bike is that the switchgear, like all these buttons, all the things that you feel with the bike, the shifter, the brakes, they all do feel BMW. Now, I know this bike was produced in India in part of the partnership with Bajaj, but just don't feel that. From what I've heard, it is a completely separate line that produces BMWs rather than the Bajaj line. So you really do feel the BMW-ness of the switchgear. So you can tell that these were taken off more expensive motorcycles. If there's anything to do with the build that I don't like, well, not much really. The screen's nice and clear, legible. It's got a nice gear shift indicator. In terms of features, the bike even has ABS. So yeah, it's a pretty well featured bike for one, its price. It's about 300,000 pesos. And for second, for its size, because a lot of bikes this small don't actually have features like this. So it's nice to see a gear shift indicator. It's nice to see ABS on even BMW's lower end offerings. Now, a little bit more about that motor. This 310cc unit is BMW's first sub 650cc engine in quite a while. I think in recent history it's the first. So definitely a milestone for BMW there. Currently this bike is this engine's going around the BMW line, so as far as I know, there's been a GS310R, which is like a baby GS, and I'm pretty sure that they're going to roll out this engine on more models soon. Now, this 310cc engine, it's got adequate horsepower. I mean, for a city bike, it's okay. Maybe at my weight, maybe I'm the biggest limiting factor, because the bike does weigh 350 pounds, and the fact that you have a rider that weighs 200 and 210, 120 pounds means that you have a rider that weighs as much as a big chunk of the bike. So definitely it's going to affect handling, and definitely more than anything it's going to affect performance. So there's nothing much you can do about that. It's my fault now. But the 310cc engine is mated to a 6-speed manual transmission, and that it's a wonderful, nice 6-speed. It shifts well, shifts fast. Don't get any false neutrals. It feels like a proper BMW gearbox. The last time I felt a gearbox like this was on the BMW S1000 XR and also the BMW F700 GS. So definitely a good gearbox for this. But yeah, you can see right now I'm doing like 80. It might not seem fast on the video, but God, on a small bike like this in the city, it feels like you're going like 120. It's just nice, a nice feeling. It feels really properly fast. At least feels. I mean, you're not gonna get anywhere fast with a bike like this, but at least you got that. In terms of handling, how is the BMW handle? Again, it's a little hard to judge that because of my weight and the bike's weight. So I definitely weigh definitely way too much for a bike like this, especially now that we're 2 up. So we're roughly the weight of the bike on the bike. So that's concerning. But yeah, let's give it some beans. All she got. Yeah, but again, sometimes feeling fast is just as good as going fast. That's always been my thing. So in terms of handling, definitely with 2 up, it's a little bit more difficult to ride, but it's not a hard bike to ride. It actually properly feels fast. Amazingly, it feels really fast, even if I mean, like a while ago I struggled to break 100, but it felt like we were going fast. It felt fun, and at the end of the day, motorcycling, that's what it's all about just having fun. As a city bike, it's amazing. I love being able to sneak through traffic without having a thought in the world. So as I'm bringing the bike back to BMW today, what are my thoughts? I like it. I actually like the little BM. She's very nimble, not fast, but a lot of fun. The engine revs to the high heavens at 10,000 RPM. It's nice that it has a 6-speed gearbox, so you never feel like you're overstressing the engine, although the engine is fun to overstress because for some reason BMW single cylinder, this 310cc, it does sound pretty good. It sounds amazing. Surprisingly good sounding engine, especially at like above 7,000 RPM. Torque is a little bit missing down low, so you need to adjust to that at least. But yeah, the brakes are great. They're Vibre, so they're like Brembo. They're made by Brembo as their cheaper budget option, and they're really good brakes. ABS is standard on this bike. The shifter feels amazing. The 6-speed is great. The switchgear feels expensive, feels BMW. So yeah, if you're in the market for a city bike and you are not 220 pounds and 6'2", you will not be disappointed by the BMW. Biggest drawback is that you can't take it on the highway, but you know, what city bike can. So final thoughts? I like it. I really do. As a city bike, can't go wrong with it. If you want something for the highway, if you want something for long touring miles, you don't want this bike. But if you want something for the city that you can use for the occasional twisty road, and you found ways to get out of the city without using the highways, this is a pretty good bike. 310cc BMW G310R. Even if it's 310cc, it's every bit a BMW. And that's my review of the BMW G310R. Hope you guys enjoyed. Keep posted for more reviews. Keep posted for more vlogs. And it's Kako from Kakomoto. Ride safe, and I'll see you soon.